I don't ever think I'm not eating enough protein, that I better slam back another shake. I don't think of these things. It's not relevant because I know without question I'm going to eat enough protein. Coach Greg, and today I'm going over a full day of eating to maintain single-digit body fat. Now, remember, I do a lot of bike riding and I'm not on HRT. So find out exactly what am I eating right now? How many times a day am I eating? And maybe you can incorporate some of these meals into your own meals. So for total transparency, the night before I had consumed a ginormous salad and went to bed at 197 pounds. Woke up in the morning, 189 pounds, which is fairly consistent with what I've been weighing as of late. My body fat percentage is somewhere around 8.5%. I wake up in the morning, usually around 7 o'clock, and I'm always eating around 7:15 to 7:30. The first thing I do is I drink a large cup of coffee, followed by a couple of apples with cinnamon and sugar twin splendor or whatever. And oh my goodness, I had fruit. So freaking what? Last I checked, people who weigh 400 pounds not from eating too many apples.
So I'm actually on coffee number 2, which is what I eat pretty much every single day. I usually have 2 extra large coffees, and it's actually a lot of protein because this milk that we're using, 16 grams of protein per cup. 110 calorie milk, 16 grams of protein.
After the apples, I had pancakes. Normally it's some form of French toast, but today was pancakes. Not every day has to be the same exact thing. They weren't just any pancakes, they're protein pancakes. These ones had protein powder in it. Actually, I had my own brand, vanilla peanut butter. There's no rules in the anabolic kitchen. Use the protein powder that you want. And because I like fruit so much, I added a bit of strawberries and, of course, some Miss Buttersworth low sugar, low calorie syrup. If it's low calorie syrup, it's going to keep me full and satiated. And remember, the diet has to be delicious. If I didn't like this, why would I be eating this? It's my off season. I'm not dieting for some competition. This is just how I eat on a regular basis. Meal 1 is 700 calories and almost 50 grams of protein. So meal 2, about 3.5 to 4 hours later, a little bit after 11. Today it was a large wrap and a vegan sloppy Greg, okay? Had one of each. Not a day goes by that I don't have at least one wrap in a day. Never. I already had one today for breakfast, for example. So yeah, some days I eat different foods than others. This is an example, a picture in the life of Coach Greg. I don't eat the same thing every day. I eat what I feel like, and I don't care if it's breakfast, lunch, supper. I eat what I feel like. That's the beauty of the diet. You just eat what tastes good to you at that time. Total calories is about 800 and close to 80 grams of protein. So you can see just how easy it is to get a lot of protein, a lot of fiber, and just the right amount of calories for you. The vegan sloppy Greg, I even like it more than the meat one. And I know you're thinking, how is that possible? But listen, some of the vegan options, they're amazing. My girlfriend, she eats a vegetarian diet. She's not eating meat. She loves this, one of her favorites. So lots of protein, full, satisfied, and satiated. Is that the same words? Full, satisfied, satiated. Meal 3 just so happened to be about 30 minutes before bike race, and it was about 3.5, 4 hours later after meal 2. Normally the bike races I do are a little bit later, so I have a little bit more time to digest the food, but I eat when I want to eat, when I'm hungry. I don't worry about timing a meal based on when I'm gonna work out. I don't think, oh my goodness, I have a workout, I have to eat exactly this way right before, and then I better jam in a protein shake right after. If you're eating properly to optimize muscle growth, like 4 or 5 meals in a day, you don't need to worry so much about getting in a certain amount of protein at a certain amount of time. If it's 5 hours since your last meal, it's 5 hours. If it's 3, it's 3. It's okay. So in this meal, I'm eating 4 open-faced smoked salmon rice cakes. This tastes amazing. Now, I'm not a huge fan of salmon, but I understand I need healthy fats. Salmon has a lot of healthy fats. If I eat salmon on its own, it's not really something I like, but if there's a food you don't like enough, make it taste better. Bring it inside the circle. If it's below the circle, doesn't taste very good, make it taste good. There's so many different ways to cook and prepare foods that you might not realize what you're missing. Oh, I don't like fish. Maybe you don't like fish because you haven't tried cooking it a certain way. I also had 4 chocolate PB banana rice cakes following the salmon rice cakes. A lot of rice cakes, not a big deal. You can eat rice cakes if you want them. It's full of carbs. Same as rice, same as bread. Notice I'm not a carbophobe. I'm not scared of eating carbs. I'm going to be using these carbs for energy. I'm going to burn them off. And carbs have a protein sparing effect. If you eat a lot of carbs, the protein that you're eating is going to be used to build muscle. If you don't ever eat carbs and you're scared of them, you're on keto. A lot of the protein that you're eating is being converted to energy. So you don't need to be scared of carbs. Carbs are good. Carbs are a friend. It's calories in a surplus that's our enemy, because then you're going to gain weight, unless you want to gain weight. I'm eating at maintenance to keep my body fat where I want it to be. If I notice that I'm gaining weight, that my body fat's starting to rise, well, I cut back on the calories. Doesn't matter the macros, it's the calories I need to cut back on. If I notice I'm getting too lean and running out of energy, I eat more calories. Does that not make sense? Now, what you do need to do is make sure you're eating enough protein. But if you're eating from my freaking cookbook, there is no way you're not eating enough protein. So it's not even something you need to think about. I don't ever think I'm not eating enough protein, that I better slam back another shake. I don't think of these things. It's not relevant because I know without question I'm going to eat enough protein. Total calories for this meal, 840 with 55 grams of protein. Along with this meal, I'm drinking a pre-workout. My pre-workout, it's not ready yet, but it's the pink one. 1.5 scoops for me, which is enough to give me the energy that I want to go and race on a bike. You don't have to have pre-workout. I want to have pre-workout. Just like coffee. I don't need to drink coffee for breakfast. I choose to drink coffee. And in my coffee, I have high protein milk, extra protein Joya milk. So I'm adding protein to the coffee, and I'm adding low calorie sweeteners and creamers. Low fat, low calorie creamers. Rather than add empty calories that I don't want to my coffee, I choose to drink coffee with less calories, but it actually has the bonus of having some protein from the milk. Tastes better, more delicious than last time. Notice I'm having diet pop with my meals. I'm not concerned about artificial sweeteners. They don't bother me. If they bother you, don't drink diet pop. I'm not saying you need to drink diet pop. I'm not saying you need to copy my diet. I'm saying this is what I eat because I enjoy this. If you prefer to drink plain water, drink plain water. Whatever the heck you like, you do you, and I will do me. However, I want to point out, artificial sweeteners are not causing cancer. The sun is causing cancer, so anyone that's concerned with my health saying, oh my goodness, you're going to get cancer, all those artificial sweeteners. Best check yourself. Did you put on sunscreen today? And that includes in the winter, because yes, you can get UV exposure even in the winter. Oh, and by the way, Allie had precancerous cells from sun exposure, and she had to have it, what do you call it? Frozen out. And it's painful. It's not fun. And it damages your skin. So worry more about the sun than drinking diet pop. Up next, the big race, and wasn't it a hard one? I rode harder than last time and got my ass handed to me, but that's how it works. You give it your best shot and you go against other people. I gave it my best shot and never even placed in the top 20. That's fine. I did good and I had fun, and my heart will thank me later. After the race, I am exhausted. The last thing I would want to do is eat. I literally never ate until 5 hours after this bike race.
So I'm just laying here. It's like a half an hour after the bike race, trying to recover.
Now, had I have eaten meal 3 a lot sooner before the race, perhaps I would have been hungry a bit earlier. I am never hungry an hour after the race. Usually the hunger starts kicking in 2 to 3 hours later. So despite what The Rock tells you, you do not need to drink a whey protein shake right after your workout. I didn't have any protein or any food for several hours after the race. And it was a race. I obviously burned a lot of calories during a bike race, but unlike The Rock, I wasn't worried about having a shake right after. Do you think that if it actually made a difference that I wouldn't have had a protein shake right after the workout? I'm literally going to be selling protein powder very shortly. Would I lie to you? If I would say, hey, here's me drinking a protein shake after the bike race, because I want to build muscle. I don't lie to you. I would make more money by saying I have a protein shake right after the race. Think about it, but I don't. I tell you what's the truth. I don't care if it would make me more money. I care about being honest. Oh, but Coach Greg, you lie about everything. Sorry, I don't. The evidence to me is overwhelming that I don't. But yet there's still going to always be mosquitoes out there telling me I'm a liar. So after working a 12, 13-hour day, I then got in the bath to relax a little bit. And what did I have as my meal? 2 bags of Smart Pop popcorn and a protein ice cream shake. The ones where you can lift over your head. The shake had strawberries, Greek yogurt, almond milk, and my very own vanilla peanut butter protein powder. Delicious!
Just like Mike Thurston.
So meal 4, 750 calories with 57 grams of protein. And meal 5 before bed is the ever so delicious chocolate strawberry PB protein-sicles. Such an underrated recipe in the cookbook. I don't see anyone making these things. They are ridiculously good. I don't know what's wrong with people. Why aren't you making these things? They're so freaking good. And think of it, it's like eating a frozen Rolo dessert. 300 calories, 45 grams of protein. How can you go wrong? And what did I weigh at the end of this day after this big day of eating? 192 pounds. So I only gained 3 pounds that day and went to bed and woke up at 187. So again, I lost 5 pounds overnight. The night before I lost 8, but I was more bloated from the salad. So trust me, it's typical to lose a lot of weight overnight. I was 187 pounds, which is the lightest I've been since I last competed in November in Niagara Falls for a classic men's physique bodybuilding competition. But of course, I'm off HRT, so obviously my muscles are going to shrink a little bit. And calories and macros for the day, and I'm getting pretty old off HRT. I'm 98 or 45, I forget now. Going to the glasses, calories, 3,420, fat, 59 grams, carbohydrates, 450, fiber, 89 grams, that's almost 100, that's a lot of friggin' fiber, and protein, 283, which is 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight, which is obviously way, way more than I need. And listen, I could have had way less protein and had more carbs or fat, but this is how I like to eat. I like these kind of foods. The more protein I eat, it makes me more full, makes me less likely to overeat, and since I'm trying to maintain single-digit body fat, eating like this, eating low-calorie dense foods, it helps me to be full. Okay, I have plenty of energy. I'm not starving. I feel good. I'm not craving things. And it allows me to eat this every single day and be happy and have energy. Wouldn't you want that?
Coach Greg.
And if you want to eat like I do, get my freaking cookbook. Not telling you it's going to get you single-digit body fat, but it's full of delicious recipes that are low in calories so that you can be full, so that you're not starving. Remember, eating in a calorie deficit is the only way to lose weight. If you don't eat in a deficit, you're not losing weight. Calories in, calories out. It always works. If you burn off more than you take in, you're going to lose weight. Don't try to lose too much weight. Try to be happy with your body. Set realistic goals and end it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IBU Pro. Bloop it up the 2 videos. Subscribe and click the freaking bell button. Buy my freaking cookbook, subscribe to the newsletter, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and anywhere else you can follow me. And until next time, I am out.